Doing a top 10 list is never easy, so please bear with me. God, give me the strength, please. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of The Fragrantician, where here on this channel we talk about nothing but fragrances. So if that's your bread and jam, because let's face it, that's what we're eating nowadays, you know what to do. Keep on sniffing. My co-host Claude and I, say hi Claude. Today my co-host Claude and I, we are talking about a top 10 list, designer edition, fragrances, top 10 perfumes for life. That's a difficult decision, isn't it, Claude? Yeah, he agrees with me. The one we are talking about is an honorary mention. It is Dior Pure Poison in all its glory. I have it in many different formats. This is a reformulated version, but I don't care. I'm going to spray with I always say spray with a gay abandon, but this is a beautiful, I'm not going to talk about it a lot, beautiful white floral, jasmine, sandalwood, citrusy, orange blossom. Yes, Claude, I know, a bridal fragrance, beautiful all year round, and Claude is running around. The next fragrance we are talking about is an oldie but a goodie. It is LouLou by Cacharel, from the designer realms of the world. Now this fragrance is a smoky incense tuberose. It's a femme fatale, not for everybody. Some people absolutely despise it. Well, there's always therapy for you guys. However, for us guys who love it, let's spray with gay abandon. This is an older version from the early 90s, and I have not one but two bottles of this because it is going to be in my designer top 10 for life always. LouLou, we salute you. Now the next one is completely opposite to that, an aquatic floral of water lilies, freshness, sun on our skin, a Cabana Boy by our side. Well, no, maybe not a Cabana Boy. Do you know what this actually reminds me of? This reminds me of wearing those straw hats and those boats going down the river wearing Issey Miyake L'Eau de Toilette. It is a beautiful water lily fragrance, and it was Tami Scentral that spoke about this fragrance being quite an angelic fragrance. It is that, and that's why I reinvested in it, because I used to wear it, but I thought, no, I'm going to get another bottle of it because Richard does love this fragrance on me as well. And let's face it, 1997, we were all wearing this fragrance. Yes, we were, Claude. No back chatting. Claude. Yeah, you can back chat all you want, but we were wearing this. And yeah, it's, you know, beautiful phallic object. See, I had to say that word, but I think it was designed to do with the Eiffel Tower, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. If that's wrong, somebody correct me, but I'm very rarely wrong. The next one we are talking about is Guerlain Black Perfecto, and I've chosen the Eau de Toilette over the Eau de Parfum. Why? Because I can. Yes, Claude, because I can. This is a beautiful, dark, gothic rose, leathery, not too leathery. The Eau de Parfum is more leathery. I still love it, but I've chosen this one in my top 10 list for life at the moment. Yes, Claude, you can talk all you want, but I am choosing this. You're not in the video all the time. It's not always about you, Claude. So, Black Perfecto by Guerlain. If you can, get your mitts, get your paws on the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum. If you think you're going to like rose and leather. If you don't like rose and leather, then you ain't going to like this. But if you do, you're going to love this, because it's a rose on a leather jacket and it's quite debaucherous. So that's why I like it. Now the next one, some may describe as funky. I remember Veronica, our lovely Veronica, says she did say that this smelled funky. Well, I love it, Veronica. So, but wait, it's okay. And that is Allure Bleue by Guerlain, another Guerlain. This is, and the reason why this is always in my top 10 for life, because it has a lovely scent memory of my grandmother. Yes, it certainly does. I find it is quite a melancholic fragrance, and I quite like it for that. It has nostalgia, it's powdery, it's blue. It's that blue. Oh, I thought I could hear. You can hear the ice cream van. I love when you hear the sound of an ice cream van, you know it's a warm day. Very rare for the UK. But Allure Bleue, I mean, this will be worn, I think probably is my scent of the evening, and because it's quite a powdery, musty, slightly dark, slightly gothic, slightly melancholic, it calms me. Allure Bleue. Now the next one I'm talking about, I could have spoken about the Eau de Parfum, but I'm going to say the Eau de Toilette. And please don't do a death drop when I say not the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum will always be in my repertoire of fragrances of my top 10 designers. But I've gone for the Eau de Toilette because, yes, do you agree, Claude? Yeah, I've gone for the Eau de Toilette because it can be a more wearable version. And I will talk about this more in a later video, but it's got to be there. Angel in any form. If it wasn't in my top 10 for life of my designer fragrances, just stick a fork in me. I'm done. Just put me to sleep now. And I say that in jest. But just, yes, I've got to have it. Got to. The next one in the top 10 for life list. We're getting through them, guys. We're getting through them. Is Marcie in a bottle, Donna Trussardi. Marcie Mello in a bottle. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful, uplifting, fruity floral with that yuzu, which, I mean, I've never had a yuzu, but I think it's fruity. It's like slightly woody as well. On some it can go quite woody, but on my skin it shines, and it shines in the heat as well. It really does. But it cuts through the cold weather as well. And that's why I chose these fragrances, because they had to work in different seasons. Some are more seasonal than others. This isn't all year round. No, it had to be there. Donna Trussardi. And yeah, I love it. So it's in that top 10 list. The next one is by the house of Givenchy. Actually, the next two are. So you're going to guess what they are. Ange ou Démon by Givenchy. Always in the top 10. This will never leave. Never, ever. It is oak wood. It has lily. It's citrus. It's light and dark. It's gothic. Beautiful. And the bottle alone is beautiful. Now, some people have, this still doesn't get talked about a lot. It's only myself, Chris, and Sunny Sense, I think, that's really talked about this a lot. It's a little secret. And if you can find, oh, and Louise, one of my subscribers as well, she loves this as well. And yeah, so I had to include it in the top 10 list, because if I didn't, I'll be doing it a disservice. It's stunning, great projection, great sillage, lovely and beautiful and dark and I absolutely adore it. The list is L'interdit by Givenchy, and look, that has been used a lot, but I've had this a long time. Why? Because I think, for me, it's one of the best tuberose designer fragrances, and it's worth the hype. I was wearing this before the hype came out, darling. Yes. So, yes, if you don't like tuberose, you won't like this. Now, people say, oh, it smells sweet and bubblegummy. I do not get that at all. However, it is sweet, but it's backed up with pear. And I think that pear with the patchouli is beautiful. And the tuberose. L'interdit, a modern interpretation of the old one, not like the original one at all, which Audrey Hepburn wore. Much more up-to-date modern version, and I love it. The next one is Twilly by Hermes. You know how I overspray this. I'm going to be wearing this more. Yes, this is, again, another tuberose scent, but it has ginger in it, and I love that ginger mixed with the tuberose. It gives it a slight... I was on the fence about this when I first smelt this. When I first smelt this, I thought, oh, that's nice, that's pretty, and it is. It is a nice, pretty scent. I think this scent is better in the air. Close up, it smells, dare I say, a little bit generic. But in the air, it smells beautiful. And that ginger with the tuberose and the sandalwood is beautiful all year round, every season. The original Twilly Hermes. The Twilly ginger, forget that one. And the Eau Poivrée is beautiful, but the OG always wins. Finally, we come to Chanel. Allure, sensuelle. Yes, we're talking about this one. It was either going to be this one or number 19, but this one is a real femme fatale fragrance, and it is rose and frankincense, and it's a man magnet. Girls, you want to get men to pay you compliments. This is a compliment getter. This ticks the boxes, and again, it's only Limelight Glass that really talks about this. Amanda, I've spoken about this, and I do remember once another YouTuber, I think it was Erin Nicole TV, she spoke about this when she was training. Apart from that, I've not seen anybody else speak about this. So let's raise the bar and wear it. It's not for everybody. But at night, oh my God, to a party, you will be pulling those men in. And Claude agrees. The best. It's rose, it's frankincense, it's patchouli, it's fruity in there. There's this fruitiness in there. Now this is a reformulated version. I haven't got an old version, but it still performs fairly decently on my skin. I mean, the older version was just like thebomb.com. However, this still does perform. And come on guys and girls. If you want to pull a man, if you want to pull somebody, you'll pull them with this. So you've been watching another edition of the Fragrantician. Those were my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 plus 1 honorary mention, because 10 is never enough. Until next time, spray with gay abandon. And Claude and I, say goodbye, Claude. Say goodbye, Claude. Now he's quiet for the camera. Now he's quiet. We'll see you in the next edition.